Good evening, everyone. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. If you told me years ago that I would be bestowed the honor of introducing the first James Chisholm Business Leader of the Year award, I wouldn't have believed it. Even more so, I would not have believed I would be doing it while impersonating John Ho. Gotta laugh, all right? Last October, my company celebrated its 40th year in business. On October 12th, we had an open house. And that morning, I was going about the shop, getting it arranged before guests arrived. The phone rang, and I was going to let it ring and go right to voicemail, having my hands full with chores that needed to be done. But something made me pick up the phone. Even though I had not heard it for many years, I knew the voice on the other end of the phone. He said, "You made it, kid. Holy crap, 40 years." It was Jim Chisholm, and he was doing what he has always done, encouraging me. But this time he was calling me from the hospital, and I'm so glad I took the call. It was not surprising that this man was still being the leader, statesman, teacher, maverick, joker, and mentor he was while calling me from his hospital bed. For those who did not know Jim, he founded the local marketing firm J. Chisholm Associates, I believe in 1964. His firm was well known in the North Shore business community and handled public relations for many businesses and organizations throughout the region. While I was in high school, I interned at his office, which was at 99 Preston Street. I'm not sure how we met exactly, but I believe my dad may have had something to do with it. I say that too because Jim treated me the way my parents did. He took an interest in everything about me, as he did with a lot of people, and always wanted to look over you, look for the better part of you. After I graduated high school, I left his firm and went on to art school and opened my own business shortly after. I continued working with Jim, where he used my services for his client base. We worked together for many years until he handed the reins over to his daughters, who now run the company, as you know, as JC Marketing. Even upon his retirement to Mashpee in the mid-90s, he really didn't retire. He served as a trustee on the Quashnet Valley Condominium Association. He was a member of the Mashpee Community Cable Access Board and found time to work as a driver for a Mashpee business that transported seriously ill patients and would brighten their day with his unique brand of humor. He had to be one of the most active and involved individuals in this community, Wakefield, that I can remember. He was one of the founding members of the Wakefield Little League, a past president of the Rotary Club, a past president and director of the Chamber of Commerce, past president of the JCs, president of St. Joseph Church Holy Name Society, on the Hartshorn House, and was a member and director of the Bear Hill Golf Club. He created and ran for years the very popular Miss Wakefield contest, and I'm sure I'm leaving out so many other things he did. Jim was also named Man of the Year by both Chamber of Commerce and the West Side Social Club for his contributions to the community. Years back, he invited me to come to one of the Toastmaster events, which he was also a member of. And because of where I am standing here right now, I wish I took him up on it. He was a hot commodity as a public speaker and was asked to MC just about everything in Wakefield. He loved to be involved in everything, and if you were standing close enough to him, you would get drawn into his vortex and do the same. You could just ask his family, who he recruited for all kinds of events. His kids were Santa's helpers, clowns at the sidewalk sales, coat check girls at functions, and even posed as choking victims in an American Mutual brochure. Almost done. He said his passion was golf, but it was really his family and friends. Many of those friends were to attend a golf tournament in his name this past Friday at the Quashnet Valley Country Club. It was canceled due to weather and has been rescheduled for July 12th. I just wanted to plug that, anyone who's interested. A bench will be dedicated in his honor on the course. So, because of his generosity and commitment to community, the Wakefield Chamber of Commerce has created this award to be given to an individual or business who, in keeping of all that Jim Chisholm practiced, service above self, fostering business growth, being an asset to the community, having a pay-it-forward passion, and commitment to community. I am pleased to present the very first James Chisholm Business Leader of the Year Award to Jim's daughter, Ann Hadley of JC Marketing.
My father loved Wakefield. We moved to Wakefield when I was 5, from Bellingham, Massachusetts, the country in those days. My father looked for a job away from the country because he wanted to give his family more opportunities to flourish, more than he thought a small town would have. He landed a public relations job at American Mutual. We were moving to the big city, Wakefield, Massachusetts. My father was an organizer, an idea man, a man of vision, a man who always saw the glass half full, someone who always stepped in to help. It didn't matter to him whether it was work, the community, or just someone in need. If he could, he would always find a way to help. When we moved to Wakefield, he immediately got involved in the Wakefield community by joining the JCs. And as the story has been told, he just kept going and never looked back. He was involved in so many good causes for many, many years, continuously giving countless hours with the goal of making Wakefield a better place for all to live and work. He loved his town of Wakefield, and was very proud to be part of it. So much so, he wanted everyone to feel that way. He always felt that he had got so much from the town that he wanted to give back something, and he did over and over again. He was the go-to guy for ideas, the emceeing in every event, planning a fundraiser, and of course always including his family to join in, sometimes happily, sometimes not. I learned about the Wakefield Chamber of Commerce at a very young age, having been chosen by Dad to volunteer in many sidewalk bazaars, as Bob said, as a clown, a helper from Miss Wakefield contest, a Santa's helper, and the list goes on and on. Dad even provided my friends with the opportunity and the pleasure of volunteering and accompanying me on many of these missions. As you can see, my father, along with my mother, taught us early on that giving back and participating and being part of our community was and remains today an important responsibility of all of us to make your town a better place. In 1995, he felt that it was time to pass the torch and let us take over, my sister and I, the reins of the company he loved so well. We always kept him in the loop, and he always was there, ready to offer his advice and counsel, which usually was right on the money. He also guided his grandchildren along the way and made sure that they knew and understood the responsibility to be good to others and to work hard. But he also made sure that they understood to make sure that they stopped and played once in a while. In his later years, as Bob said, he moved down the Cape and he couldn't sit still. He joined the golf course and became the in-house photographer, PR guy, the organizer of events. He became a trustee for the Condo Association, joined the Cable Commission, and a variety of senior center committees. You see, he couldn't help himself. He was just Jim being Jim. He would have been extremely honored to have this award named after him, and humbled that his peers thought that he was deserving of this honor. As you have heard, he loved life, he loved people, he loved his community, Wakefield, Massachusetts. I can see his face now, smiling ear to ear, knowing that I was the first to receive this award in his name, knowing that all the hard work he did in Wakefield has and will carry on. I'm just following in his footsteps, following as I was guided to do, having pride in my work, pride in the community. As my father before me, I have met many, many wonderful friends in this community and so privileged to be here accepting this award. On behalf of my family who's here tonight and the rest who are not here, my fiance John, my daughters Laura and Leah, my brother and his wife Terry, Jim Jr., and thank you for all this, for creating this wonderful award and a great honor. As my father would say, we are truly blessed. Thank you.